Hey folks, welcome back. Gonna make a little bit of a different video today. I'm really gonna focus this one on the Firebox Freestyle. When I initially purchased the Firebox Freestyle, my thought was to use it strictly for backpacking. Overnight backpacking, 2-3 day weekend backpacking, it's great. I also decided to go with the titanium. When it first came out, when the Freestyle first came out, I was really excited about that. About the fact that it's a little bit smaller than the original, the titanium is a lot lighter, and the overall carry size was a lot smaller than the original. I do have the Nano, and the Nano is also a great product. But as I said before, this Firebox at a 4-inch really does fill that gap between the original and the Nano. So my thought was usability, size, and weight. Unfortunately, in the last couple of videos that I made, there is definitely another gap when it comes to, making a meal, having enough surface area or cooking surface area, from the Firebox. And I definitely saw that limitation with the current Fireboxes that I have, even my Freestyle. So in order to fill that gap or to fix that or to resolve that issue, I decided to get another Freestyle. So I thought to myself, okay, what kind of Freestyle am I going to get? Am I going to get another titanium, or should I get a stainless steel Firebox? Well, this time I decided to get a stainless steel. And then after I ordered it, then I got a little worried because I was thinking to myself, okay, two different metals. One's going to be thicker, one's going to be thinner. Can I use two different Freestyle metal that are made in two different metals together? And that's something that we're going to find out today. Let's get to it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and set this guy up just to see what we're playing with here. We're going to put that grate aside. We don't need that. Probably just need a couple of the fire sticks. Alright. So, from watching all of Steve's videos, you can definitely see that there is two short sides and two long sides. The same thing with this bottom grate. I've always had trouble trying to figure out which direction to put this in. But, as Steve said in his tips video, you got to look for the long side, the two long sides, and two short sides. So let's try that. All right, so as you can see, you've got two long sides and two short sides. The way Steve said to do it in his tips video is to start with the wind dampener towards you. I've always had trouble putting this grate in, but I think this is one of the best tips that he's had so far on that video, was how to get this bottom grate in a lot easier than fumbling it around. So you just basically match up the two long sides and then the two short sides. You slide it all the way against the back down and then just flip it. And that's it. Once it's down, all locks into place, which is great. So I'm going to remove this bottom plate. I just want to show you these dots right here. I think many of you guys have seen it already, but these are all the panel markers. See, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. There's 4 panels. Now, when I was playing around with this, I did notice that that this joint between panel 1 and panel 2, they're very, very close. And when you set it up into different configurations, you'll notice that they overlap. They kind of cross over into each other and overlap. And when I first got the stainless steel and I set up the different configurations, I was terrified. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I made a huge mistake, because the I thought the stainless steel would not fit in with the titanium, but I was wrong. It does kind of overlap, and you will have those issues. That's between the number 1 panel and the number 2 panel. But as I go through the configurations, a couple of the configurations, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because I think in a couple of the videos that I've seen, they don't really tell you about the potential crossing of that seam with panel 1 and panel 2. But we'll go through that. All right, so we've got this one here, which is my titanium. I'm gonna put that down. This is my new one. As you can see, the shiny silvery metal, that's definitely stainless steel. As you can see, it's 2 different shades, 2 different colors. So I'm gonna take this one out. So these are the fire sticks. This is the grill plate. Put that aside. It's another grill plate. And there we have it. Again, panel 2, panel 1. Very, very tight seam. Very tight seam. And you'll see how that crosses. All right, so the first configuration that I'm going to try and attempt to do here with this is going to be the Bushcraft 6. So basically, you take the number 1 panels off, which I will do. Take the pins out. Take the 2 panels off. Flip it over onto the other one. Push in the fire stick. Push in the fire stick. Legs. And what you would want to do is to pull down the dampener and then pull it across. So as you can see, titanium, 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 stainless steel, stainless steel. So it does work. And you can also do the hex if you'd want to. So you can see all the joints are pretty much in line. Everything still moves freely. So that works out pretty well. Now I did get the mod kit. I did get the Freestyle mod kit that does have the hexagon. Let me see if I can actually set this up correctly. So I'm gonna put that inside there. So this is the first time I'm really setting it up fully, so please ignore any mistakes that I'm doing right now, because I'm pretty sure I'm not doing it right. So let's just do that. I just want to hold the pan in. I want to see what it looks like. So this here is the mod kit. You do get a few things. You do get extra longer fire sticks with the notch, but this is really what you're looking for is the extra grates. So you do get the round one. That's going to be for the campfire type octagon, and this is the hexagon shape, and you also get the extended base. And this one right here is the extra large square, which you can put on top either on the hex or also on the octagon. So using the hex, we'll just drop this guy inside here, and you can see everything locks into place. So stainless steel and titanium, it will work, guys. So this configuration seems to work just fine. So this one here is the what they call the Firebox or the Bushcraft 6. So I'm going to put the panel back on, and then we'll put together the 8-panel configuration. So the way this works is you're going to have to line your pins up and kind of squeeze down on it, because you're going to have to take the center pins off. So when you look at it, you kind of see this one right here is the center. So I'll pull this pin, that pin's pulled, and when you look at the left side, this pin right here looks to be the center. So I'll go ahead and pull that. And once you do that, you should be able to easily separate the two. So now you have panel 2 and panel 2. Then you can take this one and put it back on here. Take this panel, put it back on here. So now you're back to your 2 separate configurations. And that's really going from the Bushcraft 6 back to two separate freestyles. So now going to the Bushcraft 8, as per the instructions, disconnect the pins between panel 1 and 2 from both stoves. Open panel 1 on both stoves, then attach panel 1 of stove A to panel on stove B, and attach the panel 1 from stove B to panel 2A and stove A. So let's see how this works. So what we're wanting to do is to remove the pin between panel 1 and panel 2. So we're going to remove that pin. And the same thing here, between panel 1 and panel 2. There. And what I'm going to do now is go ahead and fold this like that. So now you have panel 1 and panel 2, and I'll attach these. once I get done with that, I'm going to attach the other panel. Just between here and here. So it'll become pretty apparent at this time that you can definitely see the overlap of panel 1 and panel 2 right here. I'm not sure if you can see it well, but you can probably see it better right here. So panel 1 and panel 2 were actually built originally, from what I can tell, not really to go past that 90-degree mark or that 90-degree point, or if so, just a little bit over 90 degrees. But you will notice that there's going to be some overlapping between panel 1 and panel 2. But that's okay, because everything still works. So as you can see here, if I want to do the Bushcraft 8, you just grab both ends, pull it, and now you have your Bushcraft 8. Now there are pins that comes with the mod kit that actually have little notches, and that is supposed to be used to keep the Firebox or the Bushcraft boxes in shape. So you get 2 of these, and they're both notched. I believe you can use it for this, for the Bushcraft 8. So you basically just slide them in. Then once you get to the notch, it just locks in place, just like that. And you can use the same for the other side, which to me is a great idea. That way you do have a notch, but you also do have the base plate on this one. This one actually has a swing arm base plate, so you can extend it out for an 8 or a 6. So this is the 8. Looks like I may need one also in the center, just so that bottom arm doesn't swing. Or what I might do is actually put one right by the hinge, so you can tell it. There it goes. It's better. If I don't have any on the hinge, it's gonna swing out. But I think right now it's just me and my experience with this. But again, the titanium works just fine with the stainless steel. So I'm not sure if it's not advisable. I haven't read anything about it online, but from what I can tell and the testing, you know, it's okay to kind of mix the 2 different style metals, the stainless steel and the titanium, for the Firebox Freestyle. I've been trying to practice. I haven't practiced. I just got this the other day. Finally got in the mail. So I'm still learning. But just like anything else, you know, I'm gonna have to burn this guy in. So I'm gonna have fun burning it in. But just know that, you know, again, between the panel 1 and the panel 2, you know, it is gonna overlap. That is normal from what I understand. Even putting it back and looking at it, it looks like, you know, there is always gonna have, you know, that you're always gonna have that overlap between the two panels. So it's not a big deal. I think the only time it's going to become a real big deal is if you try and do the keyhole. So there is a configuration called the keyhole where it's square here, and then you just kind of get into that rounded mode, or where you get into that shape, that keyhole shape, that's when that kind of becomes a problem. I won't say it's a problem, but it tries to straighten out or swing out. And I think that's really where you use that. That's really where you use this guy with the notch. So if you put it in there, and you notch it in, it should keep its shape. But you're gonna have to put some other ones inside there. Now, I also did think of, you know, trying to push this one panel on the outside, kind of like this, so it swings that way, and that kind of helps. So you may have to, if you're wanting to do the keyhole, you may have to make sure you know where that placement is on that panel, because you can, you know, kind of bend it and flip it over and kind of bring it in, or if it seems to work better this way, you can do that too. So, but yeah, this is going to be another configuration called the keyhole. That's the only time I really see where I have issues with that panel 1 and panel 2. Yeah, I'm not yet an expert when it comes to the placement of these pins, so that's going to be my disclaimer for today. I still need some practice. I still need a lot of practice. I don't know if there's really a right or a wrong way for the pin placement, but at this point it's to each his own, I guess. And there you go, the keyhole configuration. Guessing with this, you can actually put the grate on here too. So. Or you can put the large square. There you go, folks. Titanium and stainless steel, side by side. If you enjoy content like this, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments. See you next time, and have a good burn.